Welcome parents, family, friends, and faculty who are here today. I dare say that I can say for all of us seniors when I say that we wouldn't be here sitting in these chairs wearing these caps and gowns if it weren't for you and all of your support. Thank you to all the guests who are here to welcome and to celebrate with us our successful completion of our beloved high school years. And especially, welcome to the graduating class of 2019. We did it. Today is a special day, a day when we call ourselves T-Wolves one last time as we wait for our name to walk across the floor and collect our diploma. And although it is a monumental leap in our lives, when we take our first steps to move into this world, this day is, but perhaps, a small moment as we look to what is ahead of us. Someone said that education is the passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. Our teachers have dedicated themselves to giving us the gift of knowledge and the desire to learn. But now, it is up to us to take what we've learned and do something. We all come from many different walks of life and have so many aspirations and ideas of the past that we want to follow. And let me tell you, even though sometimes we may have found ourselves experiencing a little bit of senioritis, we are ready. Yes, tomorrow belongs to us. This moment is the end of a very special part of our lives, but I cannot imagine a better starting point for what comes next than having spent such precious time at this amazing school. Timpanogos High School will forever leave a great view of fond memories. Our experience has been rich with learning new things and having new experiences that have helped us to grow and to become better. But I like to think that a few AP tests, 100 essays, and a few dozen math equations later, most of all, it has been the people that have had the greatest effect in shaping my life. No one knows for sure what may happen in the years to come, but one thing is for certain. The world needs us. Every single member of the class of 2019 will have something to say about what the future of this world holds. So watch out, because here we come. We have laughed together, we have cried together, we have celebrated together, and now we will graduate together. So here's to us, the class of 2019, and the world we're about to change.
In the children's book, The Wolf, the Duck, and the Mouse, a mouse runs from a wolf but ends up being swallowed. Down in the belly of the wolf, hopeless and depressed, he soon learns that a duck, who had previously been swallowed, was now living quite comfortably and happily in the belly of the wolf. "You live here?" the mouse asked, to which the duck replied, "I live well. I may have been swallowed, but I have no intention of being eaten." Each of us has felt like we've been swallowed. We've tried out for sports teams, auditioned for plays, ran for student body office, and ended up failing. For so much of my life, I lived in fear of the wolves and in fear of being swallowed, until I realized that being swallowed does not inhibit our success. Choosing not to be eaten brings success. Everyone here today knows what it's like to fail, but we all also have something else in common. We can choose to live well and refuse to be eaten. The past 3 years have been filled with games, parties, dances, state championships, and so many memories that will be with us for years. However, the experiences that will bring the biggest growth, what will really shape our future, haven't come from the dances or assemblies, but from our failures that taught us how to get back up, adapt, and become stronger than we were before. In the future, we will each experience countless failures. The most important thing we can do is to decide not to let that failure beat us, but to choose to live well in spite of it. When I ran for student body president last year, that failure taught me more about myself and made me more resilient than I would have been had I won. Senior year has brought me so much happiness and so many new opportunities I would have missed had I let myself be eaten. And I know everyone here can share a similar story. Through failure, we have all found new opportunities in surprising places. Kate Reardon said, "A good school teaches you resilience, the ability to bounce back." High school hasn't been easy, but the trials and failures make the great memories even better. I remember so many amazing friends that have made me who I am and the great things we accomplished together. Just as our graduation theme says, there are far, far better things ahead than any we leave behind. All the experiences we've had here at THS, our successes and our failures, will better equip us for the future. Each time we fail, we must choose. Will this be the one that finally does us in? Do we have the strength to keep going? Yet in truth, each failure actually makes us stronger. It can give us the strength to know that no matter what life throws our way, no matter how many times we are swallowed, we can always choose to live well and refuse to be eaten. Thank you.
Preparation. The entirety and essence of a successful life resides solely on our ability to prepare for up-and-coming opportunities. Similar to these effects, our inability to prepare for and adjust to difficult times can be equally as detrimental. But why really do we prepare? Many of us stay up until 2 in the morning to finish schoolwork, or we get up at 5 in the morning to train for our sport. We may stay after hours at our work just to earn a little extra money. We always hear, prepare for the future. But why? It is because of what lies ahead. We just spent 12 years in small buildings with our faces stuck in books. We worked, we struggled, we made mistakes. We wept. We endured because of what lies ahead. Those countless long hours have prepared us for what we are to become. That is to say, we have done what we have done in hope for a better future. And as we have walked the halls of Timpanogos together, we have transformed that hope into a reality. The future depends on us because, quite literally, we are the future of our nation. For without us, the future would cease to exist. We talk of developments in new technologies or the future of America's role in the world. We talk of things such as this not yet knowing or understanding that we are the ones that will do these things. We will reach the far, seemingly impossible to reach planets. We will find a cure for one of the many horrible diseases that now plague our society. We will change our world in ways we haven't even thought of yet. We will slowly begin to replace the innovators of today as we become the new generation of doers and thinkers. We are the doctors, the lawyers, the teachers, the mechanics of tomorrow, and we start today. Today, we leave behind one of the biggest parts of our lives. We will leave behind the people we've come to know and love. We will leave our experiences, those little moments that didn't mean much at the time, but will haunt our memory as the years progress. A laugh, a touch on the arm from a friend, a knowing glance, a single moment when you knew that everything will be all right. Today, we leave behind the brick and mortar walls of Timpanogos, and though we will carry its image in our memory through the rest of our lives, the best is yet to come. For there are far, far better things ahead than any we leave behind. It is said that luck is preparation met with opportunity. This is true. I wish each and every one of you, sincerely, good luck.
Our school motto is, we learn not for school, but for life. I'd like to make a little addition, that we learn more from our teachers than just the subject they teach. A student's experience with a teacher can make or break their high school experience, lead them to new opportunities, and provide them with lasting life lessons. Teachers are so much more than the sum of their knowledge about their class. They have had experiences that give them the power to prepare students for the future better than any course material could. I received one such lesson in my junior year. I was taking a class that I loved, but it sometimes felt like I was invisible to my classmates. Several hard experiences led me to meet with my teacher to talk about what was happening. He listened to what I had to say, but instead of taking it upon himself to fix the situation, he challenged me to live deliberately. Living deliberately is living your life with awareness of purpose. It is choosing to take action even when it would be easier to go with the flow. It is taking charge of your life, not letting the world pass you by because you refuse to be invisible. And people start to notice you when you won't let them ignore you. My teacher's challenge led me to make choices that greatly improved my high school experience. I made some fantastic new friends, tried some incredible new things, and discovered more about myself than I'd ever previously known. This progression was aided by the support of my parents and other important adults in my life. As I explored who I was and who I wanted to become, they provided advice and guidance to help me continue on the path I had chosen. The stories they shared showed me how to take living deliberately from a one-time choice into a rich lifestyle that I could be happy in. However, as we prepare to move past high school, we must be ready to enter a world that is far wider than anything we have ever experienced before. Many of us will encounter situations and ideas that we never could have imagined. We will explore new cultures, new lifestyles, new people, and new problems. There is so much that we don't know, so much that our 13 years of schooling cannot prepare us for. What it can do is teach us how to adapt and how to overcome. How to make friends that will support us in times of need. Although we don't know everything, our mentors have taught us how to be good people. Their example and guidance has led us to become more than just educated. Because of our high school experience, we are prepared. I believe that we are ready, that we can make our way to those happy times on the horizon, and not just because we have completed all the necessary requirements to graduate. The knowledge we need came from the moments that mentors have taught us to buckle down, work hard, and live deliberately. It is through these skills that we will move forward with hope, for the future is far, far better than anything that we leave behind. Thank you.
Timpanogos High School's class of 2019 Most Inspirational Teen has for sure served THS in countless ways and has gone above and beyond what any person can imagine. Throughout his high school career, he has served as a member of student council as well as PAC, and I think many of you can agree that he truly makes every day a great day to be a T-Wolf as he continually reaches out to everyone and makes genuine connections. So with that, Timpanogos High School is proud to announce that the 2019 Most Inspirational Senior is Case Haas.
T-Wolves, I'd first like to thank my fellow classmates for honoring me with this award. It has been my genuine pleasure to get to know and be a part of this Timpanogos family. I sincerely wish the best for all of my fellow T-Wolves. When I was much younger, I wasn't certain of what I wanted to do with myself after high school. At first, I thought I wanted to be a veterinarian. I thought I would channel my love for animals and become a veterinarian. One afternoon, my dog was looking quite mangy, and I decided she needed a complete makeover. I shampooed, conditioned, and trimmed her fur. I even brushed her teeth with my personal toothpaste. Let me tell you right now, there is a reason why dog toothpaste exists. For some reason, dogs are extremely allergic to fluoride and it is extremely poisonous. Only days later, my dog randomly passed away. Around junior high, I focused all my efforts on becoming a magician. Although my sleight of hand got pretty good, the girls kept disappearing, and for some reason, I couldn't figure out how to make them come back. Then, in high school, I thought I would be an aerospace engineer. That was until I took Miss Vanderwilt's calculus class. The integrals and derivatives had my head spinning. No thanks, that's not for me. Standing before you today, I'm not completely sure what my future career is, but I am very excited to serve a mission for the next 2 years in Peru. I would just like to leave a few thoughts with you all as we leave Timpanogos High School. First thing I would say is find your passion. You've got to find what you love. You've got to find what you love to do, what brings you joy. Steve Jobs once said, "I'm convinced the only thing that kept me going is that I loved what I did." You've got to find what you love. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking. Don't settle, end quote. Number 2, choose a direction. Choose a direction that works for you and will help you pursue your passion. 3, work hard. Frankly, get out there and bust your butts. Take what's yours. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Get up and pick yourself up and work harder. Last, make it happen. To be honest, I could have been a veterinarian, a magician, or an aerospace engineer because I have a passion for all of those things. And when passion meets hard work and perseverance, you make it happen yourself. T-Wolves, the best days of your lives are yet to come. Go find your passion, choose a direction, work hard, and make it happen. Thank you, class of 2019.
This month marks the 500th year since Leonardo da Vinci's death. The Chamber Singers' performance of Leonardo Dreams of His Flying Machine honors this artist, inventor, and visionary. The piece is based on da Vinci's fascination with human flight and includes excerpts from his notebooks. Today, this piece also celebrates the vision and achievements of the graduating class of 2019, the students whose dreams will change the world.
Every year, the seniors give a gift to the school using class refunds and other donations. This summer, Timpanogos will be getting a new turf football field. Our class gift will be the wolf head logo at the center of the field so that visiting teams know whose house this is. Thank you to everyone who donated, and thank you, class of 2019.
Please turn your attention to the big screen. Pictured here are a few before and after shots of some of today's THS graduates. Each slide shows a 7th grade picture compared to the same student's 12th grade photo. They're shocking, aren't they? Before I go on, I do have a disclaimer. Not all graduates will be shown today, so don't be offended if your before and after photos are not here. I fit as many as I could into the 4 minutes I was allotted. So sit back and enjoy these photos while considering where you were 6 years ago and how much you've changed. This is a unique year in my career. I was previously the principal of Orem Junior High. I'm finishing my 3rd year at Timpanogos. That means I've been with many of you since 6th grade, or since 7th grade. That's 6 straight years. That's 1/3 of your life and a significant portion of mine. I've watched you mature from thinking the opposite sex has cooties to thinking they are cuties who you accompanied to prom or homecoming. I've watched you evolve from reading Harry Potter or Diary of a Wimpy Kid to Fahrenheit 451 and The Great Gatsby. I've watched you go from playing flag football and PE to winning individual and team region championships or state championships in various sports. I've watched many of you suffer difficult challenges as well as celebrate significant triumphs. As you look at these pictures, you will note that the students entering 7th grade are still just children, yet they leave as young adults. The metamorphosis in these 6 years is remarkable. Maybe more remarkable than the physical changes are the social, emotional, academic, and spiritual growth that students can undergo in 6 years. Okay, tell you what, just so you can hear, enjoy the photos, but let's go ahead and keep the yelling down just a little bit. They are pretty fun photos, though. More remarkable than the physical changes are the social, emotional, academic, and spiritual growth that students can undergo in 6 years of junior high and high school. Graduates of 2019, think about who you were 6 years ago. You left elementary school approximately 2,190 days ago and symbolically left childhood as you entered junior high. Also, today you leave high school. What have you become? My point today is that in those 6 years, you've become something whether you meant to or not. In those 2,190 days, I hope you've done more than just learn some science and math. I hope you've done more than just read some literature or draw something in art. I hope you did more than just sing in a choir or play a sport. I hope you became something. I hope you became something in the process. I hope you've learned something of how to live deliberately, as Henry David Thoreau said. I hope you've learned to genuinely collaborate. I hope you've learned to value, accept, and respect each other through your experience at THS. I hope you've learned something of perseverance, work, and compassion from your coaches and teachers. I hope you've learned to think critically and then be able to creatively apply your thinking to problem solve in new contexts. I hope you've learned to communicate verbally and in writing in ways that will bless you professionally and personally for the rest of your lives. The skills and dispositions you've developed in the process of learning content, in most cases, is more important than the content itself. You've become something in the last 6 years, whether you were deliberate or not. The difference is that if you were deliberate, you have a much better chance of becoming what you wanted to be. So as we near the end of our 4 minutes, I ask you, where are you going to be in 6 years from now? Will any road get you there? In May of 2025, in 2,190 more days, who will you have become? C.S. Lewis said, there are far, far better things ahead than any we leave behind. I think he's right, only if we are deliberate about becoming better each day. Graduates, determine who you want to be and go after it deliberately. Don't leave the next 6 years to chance. I hope the last 6 have been amazing, but I challenge you to make the next 6 even better. We are fortunate to have with us today our Alpine School District Board member, Mrs. Sarah Hacken. Mrs. Hacken, I certify that all of the graduates have completed all of the requirements as set forth by Alpine School District and the Board of Education to graduate at this commencement.
I am delighted to be here with you today to celebrate the accomplishments of the class of 2019. This is a happy day, I know, for you, for your parents, your teachers, for all of us. However, I'm going to ask you a few questions now to see for myself if the Timpanogos High School class of 2019 is really prepared to graduate. So I'm going to ask you some questions. If you can answer yes to the question I ask, I want you to stand up. Then when I say thank you, I want you to sit down, okay? Question number 1, stand up if you were in a band that qualified for a state festival by receiving superior ratings from all the judges. This includes the jazz band, concert band, percussion, and our wonderful marching band, which took second in the state competition. Stand up, bend people. Okay, thank you. Okay, stand up if you were on the boys track and field regional championship team. Okay. Thank you. Stand up if you're in the boys basketball regional championship for the 3rd straight year. Okay. Thank you. Okay, stand up if you are the state 5A baseball tournament runner-ups. So close. Oh. Thank you. Now stand up if you took any state championship individual award in any sport. Okay. Thank you. Now stand up if you've taken a foreign language here at Timpanogos. Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay. But now, there are some of you who are truly bilingual. Now I want you to stand up if you speak a language other than English at home. Ah. Okay. Thank you. Okay, stand up if you were in an orchestra under the direction of Carl Johnson, who's retiring, that played in the State Orchestra Festival, the Regional Solo and Ensemble Festival, or the Regional Orchestra Festival, where they achieved nearly perfect scores. Orchestra people. Okay, thank you. Okay, Sandy Hopkin received the national recognition as an FCCLA mentor advisor this year. Stand up if you've taken a class from her. Okay. Thank you. Stand up if you donated community service hours in any of the Timpanogos clubs or student organizations this year, such as Latinos in Action, Student Council, National Honor Society, PAC. There's a lot of clubs and organizations. Stand up if you donate service hours. Okay, thank you. Now, there is a very special group of students that I would like to pay tribute to today, and that is students who would love to have participated in extracurricular activities, but they could not because they had to work. If you have worked part-time while attending Timpanogos High School, stand up. Wow. Thank you. Steve Durkee was awarded the Sorensen Legacy Award for the Arts this year. If you have sung in one of his choirs, stand up. Okay. Thank you. Jody Benson was awarded the Utah XC Coach of the Year and also the Art Teacher of the Year for the state of Utah. If you have taken a class from her, stand up. Or participate in a sport. Okay, fantastic. All right, Mr. Sellers has advised the FBLA for 30 years and sent students to nationals for the last 18 years in a row. Please stand up if you have taken a class from him or participated in one of the CTE competitions this year for DECA, HOSA, FFA, FBLA, or if you were on the first place interior design team for FCCLA. Stand up. Okay, thank you. Of that same group, stand up again if you are going to a national competition this year representing one of those groups. Yeah, okay, there we go. Thank you. Anna Davis was elected president of the Utah Art Education Association. Stand up if you've taken a class from her. Okay. Thank you. Stand up if you worked on one of the 5 floor-to-ceiling hallway paintings completed by the Honors Art students this year, participated in the Orange City Earth Day Art Competition, were selected by the Harrington School to do a mural, or had art accepted into the Springville All-State High School Art Show this year. Thank you. Okay, stand up if you're a CTE Pathways finisher this year. All right. There should be about 89 of you. Fantastic, thank you. Now stand up if you have a perfect 4.0 GPA, are an academic all-state recipient, or a National Merit Scholar. Okay, thank you. Thank you. 790 AP tests were taken by Timpanogos students this year. Stand up if you took an AP class this year at Timpanogos. Woo! Okay, thank you. You, Timpanogos High School seniors, earned nearly $4 million in scholarship money. Stand up if you received any kind of a scholarship for next year. Thank you. Well, I think you will agree with me that this is a very, very impressive group of students. So, on behalf of the Alpine School District Board of Education, I officially accept the Timpanogos High School class of 2019 for graduation. Congratulations.
Check. Emma Lisa Eversole. Nylet Morales. Caden Nathan Thompson. Audrey Helen Klein. Madison Gwen Douglas. Caitlin Ann Hicken. Matthew Quinn Wangeman. Aaron Jeffrey Scribner. Alexander Caldwell Turner. Michaela Ann Ricks. Malin Mace. Jacob Daniel Booth. Joseph Benjamin Guyman. Jacob Joseph Hansen. Zachary Mark Hacking. D. Holland Knudsen. Maggie Grace Gadd. Hadley Gail Knight. Angie M. DeWitt. Sarah Hope Edwards. Dakota Storm Carl. Alexa Catherine Syme. Abby Virginia Walker. Ann Olson. Caleb Trevor Smith. James Austin Peck. Madison R. Bennett. Mindy May Brown. Hillam Adams. Taylor Kenyon Platt. John David Nielsen. Chad Stephen Yount. Jacob Reed Monson. Sydney Elizabeth Height. Brooke Ellen Howell. Ling Chung Chan. Elizabeth Afton Harrison. Evan William Barner Butler. Elizabeth Marie Chantry. Cora Lynn Jackson. Natalie Ann West. Jacqueline K. Perkins. Caleb Ray Ashdown. Emma Elizabeth Bowden. Grace Marie Mary Emmeline Gifford.
Braxton Hiram Abels. Ashley Acosta. Clark Macacao Allen. Juan Ignacio Alvarez. Chandler Wes Anderson. Tabitha Anderson. Allison Archer. Jose Antonio Arias. Juan Pablo Arias. Logan Avery. Camila Avila. Taylor Robert Adelot. Caitlin Rose Baker. Lauren Sarah Banner. Drake Sean Bardsley. Alicia M. Bash. Taylor Renee Bateman. Misty Opal Baum. Bradley Scott Bean. Ethan Bradley Beckstead. Brian Bernal. Brittany Alexandra Billingsley. Aaron Morris Bingham. Rachel Ann Noelani Bingham. Rachel Danielle Bird. Samantha Bocanegra. Nicholas Lee Bonnet. Grace Boontot. Mackenzie Jen Boyer. Samantha Michelle Brady. Liesel Marie Bramwell. Jacelyn Kaylee Brannon. Caden Mark Bretzing. Calissa Jane Brimall. Owen Matthew Brown. Nicole Christy Bruno. Brittany Jamilith Bueno Velasquez. Caden Gregory Bullock. Caitlin Burke. Evan Harold Burr. Jacob Alexander Buss. Yesenia Cabrera. Beverly Cadmus. Marley Kate Campbell. Brianna Kanu. Megan Lynn Carpenter. Destiny Michelle Carter.
Juliana Casas. Martin Cepeda Rodriguez. Luke Clifton Chatwin. Randy Ariel Chavira. Michaela Ann Chestnut. Kennedy Childs. Brianne Lee Chorniak. Michael James Christensen. Robert Colin Christensen. Solvig Elizabeth Christensen. Griffin Andrew Cloward. Joshua Willis Clough. Ashton Cole. Delaney Louise Cole. Melinda Ann Corbett. Karam Corona. Jaden Anthony Corsi. Brittany Craig. Rachel Elizabeth Craig. Riley Glenn Curtis. Helen Dantes. Riley Logan Darling. Christopher Aaron Davey. Tyson Raiden Danny Davis. Savannah Lynn Drowns. Talia Dawn Ellers. Alexander Cade Idem. Brian Enriquez. Prue J. Erickson. Jesse Rick Escobar. Axel Alexis Estrada. Brandon Manuel Estrada Abrego. June Fang. Runji Fang. Ronan Reed Ferrer. Salinas Baikal Ferrer. Riley Faulkner. Trent Benjamin Fossen. Yesenia Fetcher. Shen Fang. Coleman J. Fisher. Siwa Samuela Capono Fisiipea.
Allison Lynn Fletcher. Luke Carter Folger. Angeles Kimberlyn Frati. Willow Ray Fretti. Kevin Ryan Froilan Hernandez. Christian James Garcia. Luisa Fernanda Garcia. Aurora Bryn Garner. Karina Lynn Garner. Gage Allen Garrett. Derek William Gervais. Tage Hawk Gilman. Isa Irene Grabert. Brigham Crawford Graham. Elias David Griffin. Elliot Russell Groom. Benjamin Isaac Gunderson. Matthew Larry Hacking. Emily Pauline Hadfield. Sean Hadley. Ashley Nicole Higgs. Rhiannon Annalie Hales. Daniel James Hamby. Bridger Matthew Hanks. Aubrey Lynn Hansen. Joshua D. Hansen. Carol Joshua Harding. Dempsey Michael Lee Hardy. Madison Ann Hardy. Benjamin Lloyd Harolds. Nikiah Glorabel Harris. Joshua Samuel Hart. Braden Casey Hawks. Trenton David Hawks. Tyson Cheston Heinz. Herbert Humberto Hernandez Oriana. Raul Herrera Jr. Bryce Dylan Herrick. Nicholas Victor Hyatt. Aaliyah Elizabeth Hicken. Chad Thomas Hickey. Shelby Lynn Hickman.
Ethan Paul Hickson. Abigail K. Holdaway. Harley Holmes. Megan Nina Honeycutt. Paige Marie Honeycutt. Jessica Renee Hornback. Ethan David Hogard. Ryan Scott Howell. Christina Napao Ingleton, Zachary Paul Jenkins, Kylie Ann Jensen, Lauren Elizabeth Jensen, Shaylee L. Jensen, Kaylee Ruth Jewell, Josue Michael Jimenez, Alora Marie Johnson, Alyssa Lynn Johnson, Benjamin Andres Johnson, Jet Daniel Courage Johnson, Tristan Cole Johnson, Jacob Michael Johnston, Jacob Benjamin Jones, Hugo McKay Jorgensen, Penina Nalani Kawe, Jacob Bruce Kelly, Michael Thorne Kennerly, Riley William Kinsey, Lucas Adam Edgar Kahneman, Kayla Leanne Lake, Connor Ray Lawless, Jennifer Landeros Ruiz, Annika Caroline Larson, Jacqueline Noemi Lasos Yanes, Evelyn Marie Ledesma, Bal Lee, Ja Ling Lee Freya, Nathan E. Lichty, Bradley Keith William Light, Kai David Litster, Jun Yan Liao, Javier M. Lopez, Jimena Lopez, Ricardo Lopez, Yi Jia Lu, Ryan Patrick Ludeman,
Jackson Kaisa Shaw Louis, Chrislyn Joe Luke, Makai Ichiro Maitani, Chase Merrill Magleby, Tierra K. Mail, Marco Antonio Mandos, Abby Manning, Wesley Steve Manrique, Itzel A. Martinez, Javier De Jesus Martinez, Miles Dylan Mattinson, Alexander Neil Maxwell, Giselle Maya Cruz, Christian James McAllister, Riley Ann McCoy, Elias James McDaniel, Alyssa Emmylou McKiff, Aislinn E. McIntyre, Max Dylan McQuarter, Dominic Lorenzo Meekum, Betswa Areli Menya Cortez, Brenda Mendoza, Casey Sarahi Mendoza Martinez, Catherine Metro, Darcy Savannah Miles, Mercedes McKay Miller, Anthony Adolfo Miranda, Alanis Esperanza Molina, Jasmine Molina, Tanner Lane Money, Leah Nicole Mora Rodriguez, Aaron Antonio Morales, Santiago Morales, Novali Moran, Valeria Moran, Braden Moulton, Tyson Reed Muhlstein, Trent Taylor Mullen, Jonathan Antonio Mundos Reyes, Benjamin Munoz, Dylan Wayne Murray, Tayson Nance, Matthias Navarrete Lamas. Jackson Hale Newell. Shayla Bahiali Newman. Scarlett Autumn Norlander. Matthew Charles Norman. Rosa Linda Ochoa.
Zail Antonio Oliveras. Isaac Joshua Olson. Zulema Padilla. Samsoni Robert Palipali. Trevin James Palmer. Mingyi Pan. Meredith Ann Parker. Gavin Tacoma Parkinson. Catherine Julia Parsons. Brian Potlan Maya. Bailey Hazel Paxman. Emery Blue Peacock. Zoe Maya Peterson. Daisy Perez. Ethan Norberto Perez. Nefi Rojas Perez. Paolo Perez Cosina. Emerson Giovanni Perez Pelagio. Adam Lloyd Peterson. Busby Berkeley Zelda Peterson. Dallin Gary Peterson. Samantha Peterson. Taylor Shea Peterson. Taylor Peterson. Thomas Edward Pierce. Natalie Clarissa Pereira. Gordon Ethan Poole. Athos Ferreria Pradera. Nasli Dera Proano Gomez. Melissa J. Proenca. Matthew Cole Pulver. Ashley Emily Ramirez. Juliana Ramirez. Chloe Melissa Randall. Carol Rato. Talon Richard Rawl. Jacob Thomas Riddle. Allison Guadalupe Rios. Joy Renee Rivest. Hannah Apatala Roberts. Jaden Tahana Roberts. Hunter Spencer Robinson. Abish Rodriguez. Kimberly Yatsari Rodriguez. Skylar Quinn Romero. Elizabeth Romero.
Jordan Lynn Rowley. Justin Robert Rowley. Emily Salas. Aaron Alexander Saldana. Emery Alice Sanders. Hayden Eric Sandstrom. Ethan Gregory Sauer. Brooklyn Suzanne Sellers. Daisy Marie Siao. Timberlyn Dior Shaw. Emily Shauna Shelton. Daniela Getsemani Silva Hinojosa. Taylor Ali Sims. Kenneth Michael Skillings. Jill Skuzin. Ellie Anna Snow. Harsh Bimal Soni. Preston Anusit Sumpampakti. Hunter Michael Staker. Jonathan Staley. Madison Mandy Stanford. Logan Scott Steed. Jacob Daniel Stewart. McKenny Ember Stock. Caitlin Wilkerson Stone. Jordan Troy Strong. Gabriel T. Sweeten. Sydney Ellen Sweeten. Crystal Tafoya. Ty Justice Tanner. Kavika Luehu Makakai Toa. Ashley Rebecca Taylor. Tina Tejador. Oscar Alejandro Turiquez Hernandez. Brandy Lee Thane. Isabel Thomas. Tyler Kaleo Akaamai Thomas. Zachary A. Thomas. McKenna Reese Thompson. Zach Thornton. Benjamin Andres Tirado. Alex Torin. Michael Gage Tucker. Jaden Inglet Tuckett. Megan Elise Unbedot. Itzel Amarani Uribe. Ronaldo Uribe.
Giselle Valdivonos Sanchez. Chris Valenciano. Catherine Denise Vance. Easton Cade Van Dyke. Isabel Villarini. Brennan Mason Walker. Emma Lee Walter. Kason Aramis Wamsley. Tristan Ray Wamsley. Hannah Danielle Wanless. Traven R. Ward. Sydney Elizabeth Washburn. Charity Velma Watson. Austin Ray Weaver. Timber Eileen Weaver. Robert D. Weaver III. Tiana Webb. Shaylee Wienig. Yufei Wang. Savannah Westover. Hallie Elizabeth Lindhout Whitney. Aaron Scott Wersima. Mason Paul Wilberg. Carter Wild. Damon Jeffrey Wilkinson. Caleb Benjamin Williams. Emily Wilmore. Charity Lynette Winder. Tegan Brandon Wiscombe. Robin Roanne Wise. Sijin Wu. Yan Shu. Yihong Zhu. Jonathan Roger Yandao. Elizabeth Ruth Yarrow. Thomas Doxy Young. Melissa Cruz Zavala. Brita Ann Kanani Amu. Lorena Aislinn Day. Grace Ann Baker. Emily Page Barney. Jennifer Marie Bringhurst. Amy Elizabeth Cornish. Mary Victoria Donachie. Brittany Diane Flickinger. Oakley Gardner. Hunter McKay Golly. Case Dylan Haas. Natalia Sabina Holt. Jacob Trent Jeffrey. Rebecca Rose Jensen. Abigail Jones. Taylor Carnes. Calvin Spencer Livingston. Richard McKay Meaves. Ashlyn Nicole Patterson. Colin Michael Peacock. Jennifer Pelagio. John Kimball Rackham. Kareem Fernandez Rodriguez. Kate Joanna Santa Maria. Daniel Clark Seaman. Carly Diamond Shepard. Michaela Jordan Shippen. Noah Robert Simmons. Tegan Michael Smith. Glory Anna Thomas. Isabella Almquist Travasos. Brian Velasco. Beverly Lynn Vermillion. Manuel Alejandro Vega Torres. Mackenzie Wallace.
Graduates, please join me in moving your tassel from the right to the left. Congratulations, class of 2019. We did it!
Seniors, we made it. As we look to our future, I wanted to reflect and remind us of what made our class of 2019 so special. On our second week of school, we danced with sharks and jellyfish at homecoming. Shout out to Paige Barney. We partied hard after beating Canyon View and crowned Talia Holt and Case Haas as our homecoming king and queen. A couple weeks later, we all went up to Canyon Glen Park and partied hard at our senior picnic. We played games, we enjoyed Costa Vida, relaxed, laughed, danced, and played games. Shout out to Lorena. As the holidays approached, we got to watch basketball take on region. The best gift I got was watching basketball demolish Skyridge. Love you, Skyridge, no hate though. March came and our senior class danced the night away at the senior dinner dance at the Provo Library. With food, friends, and DJ Sergio, it quickly became a night for the books. At the end of March, gods and goddesses stepped down from Mount Timpanogos to absolutely demolish the juniors, sophomores, and faculty at our Spirit Bowl. Shout out to Darcy Miles and her dance crew for making a dance that was stellar and better than the juniors. While most of the seniors were finishing up their year with tests and their finals, baseball demolished the field and took it to state. The most important game was when they demolished Skyridge 18-0. Gotta love our baseball team. After a long fourth term, seniors with talent and seniors with senior wishes came to shine at our senior send-off assembly. We even got the Rubies to come and play for us. Well, 3/4 of the Rubies. Shout out to that extension cord. As we packed onto buses, we all went up to Lagoon and enjoyed a nice, relaxing, chilly, and rainy day with 10,000 other students. Even though it may have felt like a cheap, overpacked Disneyland, we still went home with a smile and memories for that night. And now, we are here, celebrating each other and what we have done to make it this far. You're all amazing, and you've all done spectacular things. Remember that we have one last hurrah tonight at the Provo Beach Resort. Until we have, before we can truly say goodbye. I love you all, but for now, here's a tribute to the class of 2019 made by our very own Noah Simmons.
We will conclude with our school fight song. After the song, please remain seated for the recessional. Parents, please meet your graduates on the north side of the Marriott Center. And finally, everyone, for the last time, please stand for the fight song.